Thanks for joining us today, making the time to do a little bit of stretching. Let me get my warm-up set up. All right, so we're gonna go opposite arm circles. It's a little bit of a coordination one. So you're gonna have one arm go backwards, one arm go forwards, or switch it. We're gonna try and go nice and easy 10 times. It looks easy, but some people have a really hard time with it. We're gonna take our time. This is about 5. We're gonna go slow, control. If you have a hard time with this, start at the top and try to have both arms go the opposite direction. Let your back move around if you need to. Good. Once we get 10, now we're gonna go flip the opposite direction. Perfect. It's weird and it's awkward, but it's really good to coordinate your arms and see how they move together. 9, 10, perfect. And then from here, we're gonna go just side to side, nice and easy. Let's open up the shoulders the other way. The higher you go with your hands, the more you'll feel it. The lower you go with your hands, you'll feel it in a different spot. Just find a spot that works for your shoulders more than anything. I like to do this dynamic warm-up right before we do any kind of working out, especially if it doesn't bother your back. And now we're gonna go into spinal rotation, spinal twist. It's got a little pop. I don't know if you heard it, but it felt really good. Usually pops that don't hurt are not bad for you. Some people get a lot of popping in their shoulders, knees, hips, and that's okay as long as it doesn't hurt. Breathe nice and easy. Perfect. Once we get about 10 on each side, we're gonna move on. Now I'm gonna have you go into a standing hip circle. So you can either grab onto something or stand up nice and straight. I'm gonna have you go out with your knee and then forward with your knee. Out with your knee and forward with your knee. Right? So we're trying to open up that hip. If you can balance really well, stay on one side. If you can't balance, hold on to something, right? We're gonna go about 6 on each side. And then we're gonna switch sides, starting going out and then in. Out and then in. I like to try to hold on to something just because I can open up my hip a lot more. However, if you don't need to, if you're a lot more stable than I am, go ahead and try to open up and balance on the other foot. You can put your leg down every time, or you can try to see if you can hold it in the air every time. Just wanna make sure you're working that hip flexor, right? Perfect, that should be nice and easy, just like that. And now we're gonna go into slow to quick butt kicks. So we're gonna go touching your butt. If you want to, you can grab to feel a deeper stretch in your quads. Once we feel pretty good with this, we're gonna slowly try to pick up our speed, not touching with your hands, right? And then once we feel like getting a heart rate up, we're gonna go trying to keep getting nice and tight butt kicks, kicking your heel into your butt. Right? So we're now getting our heart rate up. We're gonna stay here for 15 seconds. Breathe. As long as you don't feel any pounding in your back, we're good. If you need to stay nice and slow, that's also fine. We got 5 more seconds. And relax. Now we're gonna go into a set of hockey squats. And take your time with these. I'm gonna use my, how do you call this? My chimney, if I need to, for assistance. But all we're gonna try to do is we're gonna try to wind our legs as much as we can, right? Wind my legs, and then we're gonna try to push my weight into one side and then push it into the other side. So we're shifting side to side, shifting side to side. Wanna make sure we're opening our space in our groin. You're definitely gonna feel it a lot in your hip flexors and your groin. Take your time with it, right? I wanna make sure my butt is back. My chest is up, not down, because that becomes a back exercise. My chest is up. If you can't go that wide, start slow, right? We don't have to go crazy. We just want to feel it in our hip flexors, our groin, work that area. Breathe. We're going to get about 10 to 15 on each side. There you go, nice and slow and controlled. You don't want to jolt these around really fast. Perfect. Once you're done with that, stand up, stretch your legs out. We are gonna go into the floor. So we're gonna get a inch to opposite toe touch. So we're gonna set myself up in a push-up position, right? I'm gonna be right here. I'm gonna push my hips up. I'm gonna touch my opposite hands, opposite foot, and then I'm gonna inch way my weight back up. Back down, inch way my way out. Downward dog, touch my opposite toe, down, and then inch my way back up. That's 2. We're gonna get 5 of these. Inch my way down, downward dog, touch my opposite toe, back down into a plank position and inch my way back up. This is a full body one. Make sure when you're at the bottom, you're not arching your back, right? We're not like this. We're staying nice and stable in a solid plank. Push your hips up into the sky. Touch the opposite side, trying to get those hips up nice and high. Inch your way back. We're gonna try to get one more just like that. Inch my way down, slow, controlled. Push my hips up. Opposite hand, opposite foot. And then back down into a plank. And inch my way up. Nice. And now from here, you can get back down however you want to. I'm gonna be in a half kneel position. I'm actually gonna switch positions so you can show you the other side. We wanna try to keep our hip in a 90 degree bend in my knee, but my hip is nice and straight by locking out my glute on my down leg. So from here, I'm gonna have my right hand up because my right leg is up. I'm gonna have my left hand down because my left leg is down. And all I'm gonna try and do is, without moving forward or back, I'm gonna push my hip the opposite way of where I'm going down. So I'm gonna try to do a half kneel press, right? Half kneel into a windmill. So I'm trying to touch the palm of my hand on the bottom side, keeping looking at my top side. I'm gonna feel a lot in my core as long as my back's not hurting. I'm gonna take it nice and easy. If your palm is easy, then try to touch the bottom side of your wrist. If that's easy, see if you can get down on your elbow, but you're not pushing back or forward. You're trying to push out to your side, and you're trying to see that flexibility / core strength to pull you back in. You're gonna feel a little bit on your side. That's the idea, but you don't wanna feel in your back. Be careful with that. This is 9. We're gonna try to get one more. Perfect. 10. Now we're gonna switch sides. I'm gonna face you in the front direction. So I'm gonna have my left leg up, my right leg down. So my left hand's gonna be up, my right hand's gonna be down. All I'm gonna try to do is push my hips the opposite way of the hand that's going down. And I'm gonna keep looking on my top hand. 2. Like this side is a lot easier for me than the other side. 3. There's definitely gonna be one side that people are better at. Especially if you have scoliosis, which I have some slight scoliosis. Most people have slight scoliosis. Almost nobody in the world has a straight spine. You are one of the 1% that has straight spine. Most athletes have scoliosis because of work, different environments. 9. Last one. Perfect. Hopefully that felt really good on your sides. Hopefully that opened up your lower back a little bit. Now we're gonna go into a child's pose. So I'm gonna have you try to put your ankles flat against the floor. Stretch out a little bit. We're now gonna try to reach forward with my hands. Make sure you're trying to get a good stretch on your lats. And from here, we're gonna try to work on individual sides. So I'm gonna inch my way to my right side, right? So if I'm inching my way to my right side, I'm gonna feel in the left side of my back. As I'm inching to my right, I want to push my left shoulder to the left. I'm going to have a huge stretch on my lats. I want to make sure I feel that for a couple seconds, and then I'm going to reach back up as far away from my body as I can, as long as my butt's not leaving my heels, and then we're going to come back the other way. Other way, reach to the left, push my shoulder to the left as my hands are on put my shoulders to the right as my hands are on the left. And then back and forth. We're gonna do it 5 times on each side. Push, and it should feel really good on your lower back and your upper back, maybe your upper shoulders. Push. Breathe, that's 2. Push. There we go. Push. That's 3. Slowly going back around. Push. 4. Push. 5. There you go, making sure you're feeling nice and open. 5. And last one on this side. Ah, man. My right side is way tighter than my left. So hopefully that felt really good. And now we're going to open out your thoracic, your higher spine. So now we're gonna stay in the child's pose position. If your ankles are bothering you, come back in here, put the weight on your hands, slowly stretch out your ankles, and then once you feel a little bit better, we can come back and hold the child's pose position. From here, I'm gonna have you grab the back of your head. Now we're going to do a thoracic child's pose. So I'm going to keep your butt on the floor with your heels down. I'm going to slowly try to see, without holding onto my head, my hands are just pressing against the sides of my head. I'm trying to push my opposite elbow as far away as I can without lifting my butt off the ground. And then I'm going to slowly switch sides. It should feel good in the upper and lower back, not just upper back. The lower back. 2. We're going to take our time on this. 2, 3, slow, controlled. 3, 4, breathe. 4. Don't hold your breath in any of these stretches. Holding your breath usually goes against what the stretch is, which is supposed to try to be relaxing. 5. That's about 5. Hopefully that opened up your shoulders and your lower back. And then let me see what we got left. So we got now kneeling hand, walk backs for chest. Okay, so we're gonna be half kneeling. So what I'm gonna have you do is I'm gonna have you, once you're half kneeling, we're gonna push our hips forward and we're gonna rock ourselves back into a stretch on our hamstring. Pushing our hips forward and rocking our way back into a stretch for our hamstring. Gonna go back and forth. As you're rocking your way back, you're gonna be on your heel, pressing onto your heel down. That's gonna really feel in the hamstring. And as you're going forward, be careful with this. If you can just squeeze your butt, you should automatically feel it on your hip flexor. You don't necessarily have to go forward, just try to squeeze that leg that's down, butt. And back and forth. We're going to go about 2 more times. And now we're going to switch sides. So now my right knee's down, my left leg is up. I'm going to go forward. I'm going to go back, pointing my toe up to the sky. Forward, squeezing my right glute now. And back, pointing my toe up to the sky, getting my chest close to my left leg. Forward, back. Forward, back, last one, forward, and back. Good. And then the last one we're going to do is we're going to do a little book opener. So we're going to try to really stretch out that lower back as our final warm-up. So we're going to be facing the sky. I'm going to have you bend your legs, keeping your back flat to the ground. I'm going to have you put your weight on one side. So you're going to roll your knees. For me, it's going to be the right side. For you, it could be any side, but if you want to follow along, roll your knees to the right side. Try to bring your knees up closer to your chest, about 90-degree angle on your knees. So let's get our right hand on the top of your left knee. And all I'm going to have you do is open up that left hand as far as you can and exhale as you do it. Bring it back in. And as you exhale, open up. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. And let's hold it here for a couple seconds. So that should have felt good in your lower back. Now I'm going to try to show you the other side from this angle. Now we're going to roll our body to the left. I'm going to tuck my hands with my left hand on top of my right knee, and I'm going to go all the way as far as I can with my right hand. Exhale. Inhale, coming in. Exhale, going out. Inhale. Exhale. 3. Inhale. Exhale. 4. Inhale. And exhale. 5. Awesome. Thanks for joining us, guys. Hopefully everybody get a good stretch. And let me know if you have any questions about anything we did.